Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today on the show, we're going to be going over all of the most major changes in this week's GTA Online weekly update because we have some fantastic rare and removed vehicles that were featured back for a limited time. One of them you can actually see behind me. We're going to talk about this car, how much it costs, what the performance is like, where you can unlock it because it is featured back this week for a limited time, along with many others. We have some decent money bonuses, nothing incredible, not better than last week with the double money on the wall safe with the nightclub, as well as the double money in goods on the Johan sourcing missions for the nightclub, but some decent stuff for the auto shop nonetheless, and some other adversary modes and stuff like that. We'll go over the bonuses, huge vehicle and property discounts for the week, basically all of the biggest changes featured this week here in GTA Online. So thank you so much for tuning back in. Let's jump into things. At the LS Car Meet, let's check out some rare and removed vehicles featured in the test drive section for this week. I gotta say, it looks very strange having the Riata truck here, so let's just start off with this, get the absolute behemoth out of the way first. This is the Vapid Riata. This truck is optimized for all sorts of off-road adventures. You get insane suspension travel, super large wheels. I don't even know what these are at this point. Probably what? These look like 40s. At the smallest, they're 37s. But either way, you get crazy large wheels and tires. The Riata excels in all sorts of rugged terrain, but of course, you are going to actually fishtail on asphalt. But nonetheless, fun truck, prone to rollovers, high ground clearance, not really as resilient to heavy impacts as you would expect with like a beefy truck like this, but nonetheless, it is nice. You do need bulletproof tires because look how exposed they are on this truck. That being said, if you do want to pick up the Riata this week, I think it's absolutely worth it. You can get it for $380,000. Then we'll move on here, the Pfister 811. This is what I showed at the beginning of today's video. You get an exceptional top speed, super fast for a supercar, especially, you know, in terms of vehicles that aren't HSW. It's one of the fastest in the game. You get great acceleration. You are going to struggle with handling during tight corners, but this car excels on tracks with long winding straights, things like that. Highly desirable despite, you know, in my opinion, not the best handling. That being said, it's not bad. It's just not insanely good. You can get it on sale here for $794,500 because remember, it is 30% off this week, and this is the only place you can get it. Then we have the Hakuchou, not the Hakuchou Drag, just the standard Shih Tzu Hakuchou. This is a very good powerhouse motorcycle. Hefty body, powerful engine, surpasses the baddie 801 in terms of raw power and top speed, and better at wheelies in my opinion, but of course you have a longer wheelbase, extra weight, that's going to impact its handling in a negative way. Not really good for sharp corners, unlike the Batty, but if you're, again, just going in a straight line, probably going to dust a Batty. That being said, if you do want to buy this vehicle, $82,000 this week. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, this is probably where we have the coolest selection of cars, just in terms of just nice vehicles. Not necessarily all the best in terms of performance or anything, but a lot of just good cars. You know, sometimes we have some bikes, cheaper sedans and coupes and SUVs, stuff like that. These are all really cool cars this week. So let's jump in, starting off the Progen GP1 featured here. Of course, this is modeled after the iconic McLaren F1. Super valuable addition for any collector out there who wants an amazing hypercar. I think this is the first quote-unquote hypercar ever in existence. Decades ago. It excels with great acceleration and handling in this game. It's great for navigating tight corners. You get strong braking and good stability in all types of various weather conditions, whether it's raining or, of course, you know, just normal dry asphalt, or even if you drive this in the snow next Christmas, it'll be good. Top speed of 124 miles an hour. Not going to be competitive against the newest supercars, but it's still fine, and nice stiff suspension. You're not going to spin out that much, but if you push it to the absolute max, you may have a tendency to spin out. So keep that in mind. If you want to purchase it, you can actually get it for 30% off this week and unlock it for $882,000. You have to come to Simeon's. You can't get it off in-game websites anymore on Legendary Motorsport. Next up, the Coil Voltic electric engine. Great acceleration, instant throttle response because it's electric, so you get that instant torque, but of course top speed isn't that high, 106 miles an hour. Not competitive in the top speed department against other supercars in the game. It is lightweight, so that's nice. It's nimble, good handling. Short wheelbase is going to lead to instability at high speeds. If you do want to buy it, you can get it for $150,000 this week. Next up, we have the Dubachi Massacre. Now, this is like the race car variant, right? Or does it just have the liveries on it? Nonetheless, high-performing vehicle. We actually reviewed the normal one very recently, a couple weeks ago. Great braking, good top speed. It's actually going to rival modern supercars, and also it's just as good as the Zentorno as well as the older Turismo R that released, you know, almost a decade ago here in GTA Online. Actually, over a decade ago now. The Zentorno's over 10 years old. That's insane. Nonetheless, the only drawback with the Massacro is its handling, especially at high speeds. That's when traction issues are going to arise. So play to its strengths. Nonetheless, you can get it for $385,000. And yes, it is the race car variant. We also here have the Inus Cognoscenti Cabrio. This is a nice comfort-focused vehicle. Decent body roll, got a nice sporty exhaust, sportier than the sedan counterpart in the game. Great acceleration and top speed. Screaming V8, not a top performer in the game, but it does have great handling despite not a super sharp turning radius. If you do want to get it this week, this is where you may want to potentially get it or not. It does cost $185,000. Then we have the Dinka Jester race car version. Of course, this is inspired by the 2015 Honda and Acura NSX, and the Jester in this game is a great sports car, super good top speed, got agile handling, great performance. Again, just like the GP1 in the rain, things like that. It's actually perfect for that. It's ideal for all of those types of challenging weather conditions. Great durability when you crash. And of course, who just doesn't like an NSX in this game? So you can get this for $245,000. It is the race car version, so you're going to have, you know, the choice of all the liveries and stuff like that. The normal one was available months ago, I think. But nonetheless, this is the one we have featured this week. Now let's chat about the bonuses that you can take advantage of this week very briefly. So the main one I think that's associated with the business that players want to hear about is double money and double RP on the auto shop client jobs, which are these client delivery vehicles that you could see. Well, you can't see the vehicles. They're not in these two modification bays behind my character to the left and right, but you have vehicles that show up there if you buy 2 engine bays, or you just get one with the business. But you get vehicles that show up there. They show up as standard range, mid-range, or top range, just like, you know, the import-export cars or the salvage yard robberies, how they're classified into 3 tiers. Different values. You modify them according to client spec or not, and then you could deliver them yourself or have your auto shop staff deliver them. I just have my auto shop staff deliver them usually, but you get paid with just 1x money. It's $20,000, $25,000, or $30,000 profit per car. In the case of double money this week, it's $40,000, $50,000, or $60,000 profit. The payouts are different, but you have a bunch of costs associated with modifying the cars and stuff like that. So I'm strictly speaking complete profit that goes into your pocket. $40,000, $50,000, or $60,000, depending on if it's mid, standard, or top range, or sorry, standard, mid, and then top range vehicles this week that you're doing. Now, we also have double money and double RP on the drag races this week, double money and double RP on the drop zone adversary mode, triple LS car meet rep, which is awesome, so you can rank up that really fast, as well as continuing here, double money and double RP on the Lunar New Year stunt races. Those will be available with that bonus until February the 12th. Definitely stick around for my money guide coming out tomorrow. We'll check out drop zone as an adversary mode too. We haven't done an adversary mode gameplay in a while, so if you guys want to see some content like that, plus farming the auto shop client jobs whenever we can get those, then definitely stick around for tomorrow's video. Also, don't forget, also in terms of the bonuses, I forgot to mention, sort of with the money bonuses category, the weekly challenge for this week. If you participate in 2 drag races, you will be rewarded with $100,000. So neat little bonus right there on top of 2 times money on the drag races. Also, just some other quick rewards. Of course, the Lunar New Year content login unlocks continue, so you can check out last week's video for kind of like the gameplay and what they look like, but also a free reward for this week, besides the on-bow collectibles as well, where you can get the Gold Snake Santo Capra outfit and the limited time livery for the My Bot Super Number FF. All of that is featured in last week's video. But for this week, just wanted to remind you guys, we also have an opportunity for basically $100,000, as well as unlocking a pair of black square shades if you just do 1 dispatch work job for Vincent. So if you have a police car, do 1 dispatch work, normally pays out $25K, you're getting $100,000 in addition to the $25K for that mission. Jumping into our discounts for this week, the big property discount, the major property discount for this week is 30% off all auto shop properties, plus the upgrades and modifications associated with said auto shop. So you can choose any location you want. Probably players are going to go for either the La Mesa or Mission Row location, because a lot of players have their businesses here. I just have the Burton location. All my businesses are in West Vinewood and downtown, stuff like that, you know, where I could place my businesses. But you can get different styles, tints, emblems, crew names, staff members, extras, and the LS Car Meet membership. But all of the different types of modifications and upgrades you can make to your club are going to be 30% off this week. Auto shop is definitely worth it, especially since the client jobs are paying double, but also just in general, you get access to the auto shop robbery contracts. Definitely really good active grinding content right there to make money. I'd say on average that'll make you about $450,000 an hour. You could probably push $500,000 an hour if you're selling a lot of the client deliveries or doing exotic exports in between, you know, to and from different businesses that you're grinding for money in this game. But the auto shop is definitely a very viable business to make money in GTA Online. Another discount we have in terms of vehicles is going to be the Obey Tailgater S. This is actually going to be 30% off throughout the course of this week, so you can get it for just under $785,000. The Karen Hot Ring Everin is on sale for 30% off. You can get this for $1,253,000, or if you have the trade price, just under $940,000. The Vapid Dominator ASP, probably a top 5 muscle car in the game. In my opinion, it's a top 3 just in terms of personal preference, but already just objectively performance-wise top 5. You can get it on sale 30% off, $1,242,000, or with the trade price just under $932,000. As you can see, the Indus Remus is going to be on sale here for $719,000 or 30% off. Same with the Volcar Warner HKR, 30% off. You can get it for $661,000. On Elitas Travel, if you feel like it, you can get the Joe Built Vellum 5-seater for 30% off for $926K or $696,500 with the trade price. And then we have other vehicle discounts like 30% off the Progen GP1, 30% off the Pfister 811, as well as 30% off the race car version of the Dinka Jester. These are all rare and removed from the game, so you need to get them from their specific in-game vendors like we talked about. The GP1 and the Dinka Jester race car version are available from Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport this week, and the Pfister 811 is featured at the LS Car Meet. You can't get them off in-game websites. You need to go to those places. Those are where the vehicles are featured back for a limited time this week. That's where you can buy them. That's where you can get the discount on them. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your podium vehicle is the Gallivanter Baller STD. Now, this is a very comparable SUV to the Inus Jubilee when it comes to performance. You're going to get understeer if you treat it like a sports car, but for its size and weight, I mean, it's an absolutely massive modern Land Rover. This vehicle really does haul itself around corners quite well, in my opinion, for the size that it actually is. And top speed and acceleration aren't insane, but again, they're good for the SUV class. Overall, if you get lucky and you win it this week, it's of course worth driving, but we'll go into more detail in my free vehicles guide for it on Saturday. With that being said, let's spin the lucky wheel, see if we can get lucky. I actually don't have it on this character, and if I can avoid buying it and just get it for free through the Diamond Casino and Resort, that is something I would like, so I can showcase it tomorrow. Otherwise, I will buy it. Nonetheless, let's see. Oh my god, are we actually gonna get it? Oh, dude, yes. I mean, I would have preferred a different podium vehicle for a different weekly update, but this is the first time I've won one in one of these videos in probably close to half a year now. So that's pretty nice. Sweet, you gotta drop a like for that. Finally, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for weeks. We've been waiting for months even. Here at the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for the week is the Pfister Comet SR, not the normal Pfister Comet that's rare and removed. It's the SR, so you can buy it off Legendary Motorsport, but you can win this vehicle by placing top 5 in LS Car Meet Series races for 4 consecutive days in a row. Again, we'll go into more detail in my free vehicles guide on Saturday, but this is a great contender in the sports class. You get better traction, better acceleration, and a slightly higher top speed than the normal Comet. With the SR, it's 122 miles an hour. So you get some race-oriented modifications as well, of course inspired by the 997 GT2 RS as well as the 991 GT2. That being said, pretty cool car. You can win it this week, and it is worth trying to unlock. But 4 consecutive days in a row of placing top 5, you know, it's not necessarily hard. You just need to log into the game a bunch to actually be able to have the ability to unlock this vehicle. Now, featured here at the Salvage Yard with this week's vehicle robberies, we have the following. The Vapid Ellie is this week's standard range vehicle featured in the McToney robbery. This week's mid-range vehicle is the Ocelot Jugular featured in the cargo ship robbery. And then this week's top range vehicle is the Dubachi Wagner featured in the Duggan robbery. Unfortunately, none of these are claimable for this week because they're all fantastic vehicles. Here at Luxury Autos, we have the Ubermacht Niobe on the left as well as the classy Vigoro ZX convertible on the right. Not that these are that impressive of vehicles that I should mention as like a major change for this week, but sometimes I want to mention it just in case you can get like black stock rims and stuff like that. So I'm not actually sure with these cars, but these are what they look like on the Niobe. And then the classy Vigoro ZX, I'm not sure if it's different with the convertible. I know that it has black stock rims, I'm pretty sure. But nonetheless, if you can't get those normally, this is what they are this week. So there you go. Here at the gun van this week, when it comes to the location, you can find it. If you guys are watching this video on Thursday, January the 30th, so the first day it was uploaded, you can find the gun van at the Grand Sonora Desert, basically right next to the scrapyard bunker. So this is the location of it right here. And when it comes to the gun van stock for this week, we have the military rifle featured here. We also have the stun gun, the marksman rifle, the SMG, as well as the switchblade. Now, the stun gun is going to be worth it if you want to participate in the bail office bounties, because you don't have to shoot the weapon out of target's hands. With a normal gun, you can just use the stun gun, take them down. It's definitely something you want to purchase anyway, just to have in this game. The military rifle is actually going to be on discount for all players. You can get it for 30% off. GTA Plus members can get the stun gun for 40% off. And then for everyone else on console, at least PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, the L. Strickler military rifle should also be featured here. That'll be free for GTA Plus members. What I mean by free is just $0 in game. You don't have to spend anything. You'll just be able to claim it here. For everyone else who isn't GTA Plus member and also is on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S, you'll still see the weapon show up in the list, but you'll have to pay for it. That's it for today's video, though. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Those are actually the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube and also ask me any questions, so feel free to do so. I'll be live again later this weekend playing some GTA Online, farming some money. Can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios, amigos.